Yo, yo, yo. So, make sure everything's good here. All right, boys, let's go. So, I tried to start early today, but I had to take my cat to the vet, so I have a hard out at like 1:30, 1:40. Unfortunately, so we got to do a short one today. That's why I didn't have a guest on today as well. One sec. All right, boys. Okay. How's it going, everybody? It's fine Thursday. What's up, boys? Okay. I think we're good to go here. Yeah, we're I lost my chat windows. Yeah, we're good to go. Oh man. Yeah, I'm just getting ready for this Japan trip, man, and I have so much work to do, so we gotta make this a quick one. I have to actually we have a task to get done today too. We I don't want to turn this into a politics thing, man. I don't know anything about politics. Like I don't even know who that is, man. We can talk about debates in general, but as to the specific situation, I know nothing about it, dude. One of the nice things about being Canadian is that I don't know anything about that stuff. So it would be ignorant of me to even talk about it. But and you know what? I don't even know anything about Canadian politics too, man. I don't care. Yeah, I just sure, but it's a let me say hi to everybody. We got Homass, what's up, Brandstool, what's up, Chowhound, True, FTW, Swiper, Roadkiller, Mad Geeked. Then we got Caesar Sty, what's up, Jonathan, what's up, KSW, what's up, Bradley, the Goat Bradley, what's up, Resist, what's up, Homass, what's up, Hijinks. Oh, we got Corpser with a Prime. What's up, Corpser? Oh yeah, buttons today. Uh, yeah, we can do buttons, my man.
You got a tight little man pussy on you, don't you?
Yeah, but what's the goal in even talking about it? To be honest, it's like um the from an outsider's perspective, what do I always tell people when they try to like argue or debate with me is why did my Go XLR change? Weird. Whenever I talk to, like, let's say if somebody tries to come on the show and debate me or whatever, and usually what ends up happening is I'll kind of back the person into a corner with the questions that I ask, right? And it's kind of like checkmate situation. And then usually it happens in the Discord all the time too. And then usually what happens is the person outbursts in a hissy fit or an anger backlash, and they start calling me names. And the premise there is violence is the what's the quote there? Violence is the last refuge of the incompetent, or Violence is the last refuge of the incompetent. That's what it is. So when somebody just this is just general human to human interaction. I wonder why I get so many subscriber notifications when I go live. I gotta turn that off. No, I think it's good to. I think it's yeah, it's interesting because there's no value in. Well, I don't live there, so there's no value in me looking it up. It's more like for me, it's more like I gotta turn those notifications off, man. I gotta write that down. There's way too many sub notif. I don't even know why. It's like I think they're just like bot accounts or something, or they're like all the ones that got backlogged when I'm not live or something like that, because they seem like legit accounts. But um, for me, it's kind of like it's all I see on my Twitter feed now, and it's all I see on my YouTube feed, and it's all anyone's talking about now. So it's kind of like I'm like, what do I do? I have to look. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like I have to look at it, right? So I've never heard of this guy before. I have no idea what his political stances are. I have no idea about any of that shit. All I know is that somebody resorted to violence. And when in violence, well, physical violence, but in terms of like for me, when like the name calling and all that kind of stuff, that's like verbal violence. When somebody resorts to violence, it's an automatic loss. That means the person has, that means what that is psychologically is the person, when you checkmate somebody psychologically through questions or what have you, right? What that is the person is faced, the person's conscious brain is faced with the decision where they have to either admit that they were wrong and face the reality of that, which means that maybe they've been living their entire life incorrectly, or they made the bad decision, like you bought an AMD product and it sucks, right? And you just blew all your money. So you have to either admit that you were wrong, or you have to double down on what your belief system is, and that is what is where the violence comes from, right? And that's not just when it comes to politics. That's any belief system. You're a Ford guy, and some guy is like, "Yo, this Chevy Camaro has a better motor, or it's more reliable." And you list out the statistics of why the Chevy motor is more reliable. You list out the recall data, whatever. You have a factual evidence that the Chevy motor is better. And the Ford guy cannot accept that reality, then he just punches you. That's what's going on there. So it's like that's the only real takeaway that you need to know when it comes to someone resorting to violence. So I don't need to know I don't need to know what's Chowhound? What are you doing, man? No, of course he can ask questions. Why would you even say that, Chowhound? Are you trolling, dude? That was hella inappropriate. The guy literally came to the stream and took time out of his day to be here and watch. And he actually asked permission. So he's being respectful of my time and actually asking if he can ask the questions. Of course you can, Swiper. What the hell? Chowhound, don't do that shit again, man, or you're out of here. What are you doing? You've been here for a while. You should know better. I'm kind of tired of what do we call those, vigilante mods? Don't be a vigilante mod, man. You're not a mod. Don't like, can I delete that message? Why do people do that? You're not a mod, Chowhound. There you go. Message deleted. Don't do that again, dude. Don't do that again, man. Anyway. So when I see a headline like that, all I see is one person was talking and one person resorted to violence. The person that resorted to violence loses right away. I don't need to know the topic, right? Dude, even if you were here for 10 seconds, it would be fine if you asked those questions. Why would I not want to help you? Chowhound's just being fucking retarded, dude. Ignore him. Seriously. I don't know why. I don't know. The parasocial weirdos is another one too, where they think they know what I want and they try to like do it for me, and then they'll be like, but I thought that's what you wanted. And it's like, no, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, what was the Chowhound? If you're still here, what was the goal in you typing that? Like, what was your goal in saying that's a $500 consult fee? I'm curious. What outcome did you try to achieve there? Or did you just say it? Like, what was your goal, right? Hang on, let me catch up here. Anyway, that's why whenever I try to have a debate with somebody in the Discord or on chat or when I'm live, what have you, if they resort to name calling, that's the equivalence of violence, and then I stop talking and I ban them right away, right? That means they're not interested in actually. When somebody resorts to violence, that also means that they're not interested in actually any other perspectives. They're only interested in their perspective. So there's actually not really any point in conversing with those people as well. Hang on, let me catch up here. When people lose an argument, they resort to violence only if they don't accept that they lost the argument. And actually, no, let me rephrase that. When they perceive the argument as a loss, that's it. They don't. So maybe the word argument and debate need to be clarified there. There's actually no goal to an argument in general. Nobody wins that shit. A debate. The goal of a debate is to have intelligent discourse between two adults to come to a understanding between the both parties. That's what a debate is. So there's not really a winner or you could. It depends what kind of a debate. If it's a presidential one, then maybe there could be a winner or loser. I'm talking about like just two dudes talking kind of thing, right? But yeah, if they're faced with the reality that their reality is incorrect, that's when violence comes out. Or yeah, there's also like a weird there's also a weird kind of thing where if somebody, this is kind of a new thing in the last like 5 years, but if somebody just sees you kind of just being happy, they just kind of get mad. like that's kind of a thing now. Like, you're not allowed to be happy because I'm not happy. Like, that's kind of a thing. I got that IRL too. Actually, here in Vancouver, I got that a lot, dude. You're not allowed to be happy. Hang on, let me catch up here. Chowhound, where are you at, man? You got to answer the question, or you're out of here. I'm not letting you off the hook on that one, man. And there's a reason why the $5 people have their own fucking chat. What was the goal behind teasing? Who were you teasing? Teasing him or teasing me? No, that makes no sense, man. So on some, there's always truth behind jest. So on some level, you're salty that I charge $500. Otherwise, why would you mention it? Hang on, let me catch up here. After the BIOS update that fixes 14th gen CPU degradation, would you still perform the same changes on CPU as per video on how to stop it? You mean the degradation video? Yeah, but he knows I don't tolerate trolling. So what's the goal in trolling? After, would you still perform the same changes? Good question. I don't, you know what, to be honest, I don't remember what I said in that video other than, lock the cores. Did I say to look at the V core and make sure that it's below 1.4? I would still do that. Because, actually, you know what? I will say, yeah, do it. Because you know why? I had a consult last week with a guy on an ASRock motherboard, and he had the latest BIOS update, and it was still shoving more than 1.4 volts into it, stock. So I would say, yeah, don't trust the BIOS update. Actually, yeah, that's just good general advice in general. Never trust the manufacturer motherboard default settings. That's just a good practice to have in general. Hang on, let me catch up here. What's up, Vincent? My man, that's so cool that you got that CPU, dude. That's so sick. I just finished my benchmarks literally yesterday. That's why I have to try and get that video recorded tonight. Hopefully publish it tomorrow or Saturday, maybe after the Saturday stream. Then I can go to Japan for a week. Stress-free. Yeah, but you still haven't gotten to the goal, Chowhound. You're deflecting the answer type of thing. So now we're gonna get into a situation exactly where you're gonna have to come to face reality, or you're gonna have to lash out. Right? We have a live example right here. What was the goal in your message, my man? Isn't the point of debate to battle poor info with better info? Yeah, but the term poor and better can be subjective, though. That's the thing, especially when it comes to belief systems, because you're not debating factual like statistics with numbers. That's why I like hardware so much. There was no goal, but then why'd you type it though? There's always a goal. So Chowhound, the way the brain works is you took your hands and you physically chose to type something and press enter. Therefore, it was a conscious decision to do it. So what made you want to do that? You took the effort. You burned the calories to do it. You burned 6 calories typing that out. What was the goal there? Hang on, let me catch up here. Again, that's why I like hardware so much, because it is so black and white. And for some reason, when it comes to hardware, people like to think it's subjective. It's really not. That's why I can kind of say, go test it yourself. We have that luxury in our community, thankfully. But when you try to debate people, even the most gray area thing in hardware would be like the AMD upgrade path, and whether or not how much value the customer would place on the idea of having a potential future upgrade. That's kind of the line of subjectivity, or like subjective like you can't really debate that if the person just values that a lot, kind of thing, right? But even then, you could. So when I do my video, you can quantify it to a certain degree, depending on how much faster the 14600K is. It came with a free game, so you can still kind of boil it down into a monetary figure. By the way, I am streaming right now on my 5080 with no ARC card. So if we get no blue screens or we get no USB drops, then it was a conflict or a power delivery issue on the motherboard. One or the other. But I don't have my headphones on, so just tell me if the USB drops, because I won't be able to hear it. Here, let me catch up here. You're not getting away with it, Chowhound. You're gonna have to reply to me, dude. Because what's my goal? See, now you're deflecting again. Okay, dude. I'm gonna ask you one more time. If you don't tell me the truth, I gotta get rid of you, my man. You can't just say there was no goal. Then why did you type it? I don't care if you're multitasking, brother. Stop what you're doing and answer the question, or you gotta go. So what's my goal? Oh shit, what's up, Turbo Opa? My man. My man, Turbo Opa, 10 gifted subs over on Twitch. Turbo Popa? What's up, man? Oh, and a tier 3. Dude, thank you so much. Yeah, but if he doesn't have inner monologue, that's what I'm assuming too. He doesn't have inner monologue or inner self-conscious. If that's the case, then he doesn't belong here anyway, because I don't want people like that in my community. If he's just a bot that's on auto response, what's my goal? To create a good environment that everybody feels welcome, that people can ask questions if they want to without some troll shutting them down with no reason whatsoever, but just to shut them down. Like, what was the goal in the message? All that message did was make him feel like shit, and potentially stop a new viewer of mine from watching and asking questions and engaging. He was very uninviting to a new person. He was being a piece of shit, and he was being a piece of shit to me. Because now that person associates me as a piece of shit that charges $500 for a question. Hang on, sorry, Turbo Popa. So what was the goal, my man? What was the goal in that message? My goal is to grow my channel and not have pieces of shit stop me from doing that. Simple as that. And you're directly in my way from achieving my goal. Now, I don't think you're a bad guy, so I don't think you did it on purpose. I think that you might be unaware and kind of you never really thought about it. Turbo Opa, my man, tier 3, dude. Are you in the Discord, dude? My man, Turbo Opa. We're about to have another one bites the dust, and there's a reason why Chowhound is in the $5 tier, because all these guys seem to do this shit, and I don't know why. It's always the $5 tier. Turbo Opa, thanks again, man, for the 10 gifted. Really appreciate it. Anyone that got the 10 gifted over on Twitch, you can join the Discord. You don't get to talk to me, though, but you do get your own chat channel, and you get to watch all the VODs for Techonomics and the FC streams. Long time since I've been following your stuff. You seem very different, like you're no longer having fun. Hope you're doing okay. Elaborate, bonus crook. I do. You know what? I have been dealing with a lot of like $5 fucking idiots lately, and it's just I don't know. I don't get it. Is that what you mean? Like, why do I gotta sit here and grill this chow hound guy for fucking 10 minutes, right? Just for him to not give me an answer and for him to deflect and shit. It's like, yeah, it makes it it's kind of like, when did it become my job to, I don't know how to word it. When did it become my job to teach people how to be normal? That's the thing. And how to not be fucking a weird pieces of shit. Oh, thanks so much, Turbo Opa. No, I appreciate the gifted subs anyway, man. But yeah, there's no point in giving Twitch half the money for sure. Oh, you're the guy that doesn't like Discord. No, fair enough, dude. I don't even like Discord either anymore these days. Straight up. Yeah, bonus crook. Can you elaborate, dude? Do you mean in my videos? Hang on, let me catch up here. Another one bites the dust. Is isopropyl alcohol the only way to clean old paste safely? That's a total irrelevant factor, man. Just wipe the thing with a paper towel dry. Who cares? Yeah, so the 60 to 70% of people that don't have inner monologue, um so um so the thing is those are also the same people that can be programmed to do violence. That's the problem. That's the problem. So if a person doesn't have inner monologue, you could also consider it like inner debate. So like this chow hand dude, he didn't have the internal debate with himself before he typed those words. What is my goal in typing these words? What am I trying to accomplish? What are the pros and cons of me? He didn't have that. So he's the type of person that can be programmed to instill violence on others because they don't it's almost like they don't have like an ethical compass in a certain way. But that's also why those people always lash out in mega violence too. The topic that we were talking about earlier, because if you're it's almost like a like when you're coding, like you're coding and like you like encounter like a JSON error or some shit, and like the it doesn't blue screen, but it like gives you like a 404 error on your web browser or some shit like that, right? That's kind of what happens. So like if a bot is programmed to a certain ideology and you're trying to like remember that guy the other day, or not the other day, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. He was trying to tell me how one person can make a difference, and I just kept asking how. It's like, how does that affect, like, and I kept going like, okay, so I did that, nothing changed. I did that, nothing changed. How? And at the end of it all, he just got fucking violent, like verbally violent, because he basically was encountered with the reality that maybe his belief system was wrong, and he just didn't want to face that, right? Or he couldn't face it. So it's like a JSON error. It's like error 404 cannot compute, therefore must outburst and outlash, right? Happens all the time. It's kind of weird how we're so similar to computers in that way. We are, which you think we wouldn't be, but we kind of are. Hang on, let me catch you up here, boys. Damn, I gotta take a piss already. Jesus. You're gonna take that jar with you to Japan? No, I wouldn't take no. See, that's a good troll. That's a good collaborative troll, right? That doesn't, him saying, are you gonna take that glass jar to Japan, isn't it's something everybody can enjoy. It's not like firewalling somebody. It's not being snidey and weird, right? Hang on, let me catch up here. Hardware is not subjective. Exactly. It's not. What's the best vid table you've seen? And I have no idea. I don't look at that. Hang on. We have Mixit 5 gifted memberships over on YouTube. My man. I'm assuming it's Mixit. Dude, Mixit, thanks so much, dude. I really appreciate it. Oh, I gotta kind of take a piss. Oh man. Oh, it's like the conversation that I was having with Danny Z, man. He's like, I'm not doing a Discord. You have to be out of your fucking mind to do a Discord. I'm like, you know what, man? I just like the whole situation, that happened yesterday that people are talking about. We also had that other guy that was his name was like Groiper or something, and I didn't even know what that was or what that meant. It's like it I and it's like when I started my channel, I'm like, let's make a Discord and I'll be friends, right? That'll be good. I'm very ignorant when it comes to um like I don't really do my research. I kind of just do it and find out. If you guys haven't noticed, right? I kind of just do it, and then I FAFO. Where's my FAFO button? Mix it. Thanks for the 5 gifted. Where is the FAFO button?
That there is going to tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out. See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
I actually gotta go turn on my bonus crook. Tell me what you mean by, are you just talking about how we constantly have to talk about fucking people? Let me go turn on the air conditioning. One sec, guys. Man, I can't believe how hot it is today. Whew. Oh, dude, the Luke Raw, I totally just lucked out and found that one. I'll talk about that after, though. Do I have my board with me? I can show and tell that thing. I'm more excited about getting fiber and building my own NAS than I've been for hardware in a while, dude. It's gonna be so cool. I can't wait to build that thing. What's up, Blood Pearl? Long time. Okay, hang on. I'm really far behind on 2 chats here. Did Chowhound just bounce? That's what I figured. Yeah, he just bounced.
Oh yeah!
I'll give you 60 more seconds, Chowhound. Then I gotta ban you, dude, because you're directly in my way of achieving my goal. Then I gotta get rid of you. What was the problem with the USB and the GPU? I don't know, personally. I don't, like, for some reason, when I had the ARC A770 in there as my primary graphics card, you know what's crazy, though? Let's say my 5080 doesn't blue screen right now. It is shunt modded, though. So my theory is the 5080, but the 5080 doesn't... PCIe slot power, 1 watt. No, it doesn't pull any power from the PCIe slot. Yeah, so if for those of you that don't know what that was doing for my workstation, okay, that's okay. I can talk about that. How I had my workstation set up. Arc, but there's a specific, basically, is the AC not on? Give me one sec. Sorry. There we go. Oh my god, I am boiling. Holy crap. No, so what was going on was the display port on 5000 series is broken, and for some reason it's also broken in Premiere Pro. So when I would use 5000 series in Premiere Pro, when I would scrub the timeline, I can't show you guys right now. When I would scrub the timeline, it would micro stutter every single time I clicked the mouse. Like click mouse stutter, click mouse stutter. I put the Arc A770 in there as the primary graphics card to that one monitor. All the stuttering went away. So I was using my Arc card with the NVIDIA card in the second slot, right? But a driver conflict can't cause the blue screen. What's up, Turbo Opa? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. If you can, though, next time, please do it on Kick. Oh my god. That's so much money that Twitch just got. 50 gifted? Oh, total 50 gifted. Oh, so you just did 30 today. Dude, thank you so much. Anyone that just got gifted a sub from Turbo Opa, you can join the Discord, link your account. Yeah, you know what, Bonus Crook? The I have a very high tolerance for, how do I word this? I have a very high tolerance for nonsense, and I'm very patient. But when people seem to go out of their way to waste my time, that's when I start getting really irritated. When I have to repeat myself is the biggest one. Like if I have to repeat myself, I'll get really triggered because I view that as disrespectful. Or if I'm like, can you tell me what you want? We literally have a button for that. I merely made this button because of Delta. Where is it? where is it?
What do you want? What do you want?
Literally made this button
It's not that simple.
because of that
What
reason.
do you want?
So like
Damn it. What do you want?
if I'm like, what do you want? And they come back with like six, oh dude, I literally had a consult yesterday. And the guy was like, he was like, can we jump on the phone so I can tell you all these things? I'm like, no. I'm like, don't worry, I got it. Like I can just jump in there and check IDA and I get all the information. I don't need you to say anything, bro. But it's like, I don't know. I wish people or another one. When I ship a guy a PC or a bundle and I'm like, do not touch it until I jump on the phone with you. And then they try to install it anyway and fuck everything up. So these people are directly not listening to me, resulting in me wasting my time. Therefore, I get pretty fucking triggered when people just don't listen to me. Yeah, that's a thing. I get really fucking triggered with that. And a guy can only put up with that for so long, right? Like this Chow Hound dude. Why did I have to do it 4 times just for him to bounce anyway and not get to the point, right? And then you know what the interesting thing is, dude? Turbo Opa, thanks so much, man. Thanks so much, dude. Honestly, 30 gifted, and Mini X over on YouTube as well. Give you one more. I gotta take a piss in a sec.
Now go ahead. Get a taste of that Big Mac. It's really good.
Now, the thing is, The interesting thing is, which I don't understand what's going on exactly, is the channel isn't really growing at a colossal rate. Like I get like an extra 200 subs a month, 300 subs a month, nothing crazy, right? But the streams and the supporters have been skyrocketing, which like the numbers don't add up there. Like the people that not even just gifted subs, like people that are actually subscribing on my website and joining the Discord, I'm getting like 2-3 new people every single day. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where the growth is coming from, and unfortunately, this quick growth is kind of a first world problem, let me tell you. But the thing is, it's like it becomes increasingly difficult. Let's say if 5 guys join the Discord, that's great. That's $50 a month or whatever. 2 of them break the rules, and I gotta sit there and like discipline them as if I'm like, do you know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden I'm like, why am I running this Discord in the first place, right? Because the ratio of people that I have to ban and like discipline is so fucking high. That does fucking burn you out. It does. But here's the thing though. I do it for the love of the community. I do, because everyone that's actually in there really appreciates the work. It's a full-time job. It really is, to like filter fucking weirdos out, right? Hang on, let me catch you up here. What's up, Bradley? I don't Brad, are you in the Discord, man? It's dude, it's a real thing. I don't understand personally. Man, I am fucking boiling right now, and I don't know why. I might have to go turn on the second air conditioner. No, it doesn't work, man. Let me, okay, hang on. It doesn't work. Like, have you, like, if you're in the Discord, you notice that, like, now when I ask somebody something, I'll put like, it's almost, oh dude, it's crazy. You know, so you know how when you're prompting Chat GPT and you're like, tell me about quantum physics, just something like that, right? And then it'll give you the broadest answer possible, right? And then it's like, you have to input commands to narrow it down. And for some reason, I've been having to do that with real humans too. So when I'm like, so the other day, I'm like, has anyone run 10 gigabits per second internet, right? And then I'm like, wait a minute, if I ask that question, I'll get a bunch of people send me 7 fucking page long paragraphs of shit that I don't need, right? Then I'm like, make a 3rd grader understand, use as few words as possible. I'm like Chat GPT prompting my own Discord people. I'm like, it's insane, dude. I have to do this shit. I'm like, the goal is to see if I need a router, and if the ISP one can handle 10 gigabits load. Like, I'm like prompting people to make sure that they don't fucking blow up the phone. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Dude, it's wild that I have to do this. It is. But I'm kind of adapting too, so that I get the answer that I want without the person having to talk for fucking 2 hours, right? It's weird. For me, it's super weird, right? Because so let's say if the roles were reversed, right? And somebody was like, has anyone run 10 gigabits per second internet? What I would say in return is, what's your goal? I would try to get more information to out of the person to get to the point faster, right? What most people do is they would say, I run 10 gigabits. I run these products. This is how I run it. They would like, they want to like show and tell what they're running, thinking that people give a shit. Do you know what I'm saying? I try my best though. I really do. The guys that are in the Discord really do appreciate the work that I do in there. Hang on, let me catch up here. So check this out over on Twitch right here. So this is kind of so look at this. So we have this like Shiba Melon guy. He's like, I'm finally able to type in chat. So he got, look at this. This is why the $5 people and the gifted people are filtered out. There's a weird mental paradigm there, right? So he's like, I'm finally able to chat. So he got gifted a chat from Turbo Opa. So he doesn't support the channel. First of all. Second thing. He's like, the first message he says, Star Wars Outlaws is constantly crashing after 30 minutes. 9800X 3D, 5090, what can be the problem? So this guy spent at least $6,000 on his PC. Doesn't support the channel. Tries to take value by getting me to fix his problem. That would have been the right guy to say $500 consult, Chowhound. That would have been the guy to, because he's a piece of shit. So it's okay to be pieces of shit to pieces of shit, right? But that, filtering that is difficult. You have to look at the context of the whole thing. Yeah, he literally waited for somebody to gift him a sub so he can ask me a tech support question. So like it's to the point where I need to completely ignore people. So there's this threshold. I've talked about this before. I might have to end up going this way eventually. The reason why no tech tubers stream for free is this exact reason, right? It doesn't matter that you knew if you were gifted a sub or not. Your brain was like, I can now take value from Jufus for free. That's what it thought. It didn't care about the mechanism. You didn't even say thank you for the sub or anything, dude. You got a lot of work to do, man. If you want to be here, you have a lot of fucking work to do, man. Just be happy I don't ban you for that shit. So anyway, no, just chill, man. It's fine. I'm just using you as an example of why I don't engage with those people. So the large tech tubers, actually all tech tubers, like just I was talking to what's his name, Danny Z last week, right? He's like, you have to be out of your mind to fucking stream or do a Discord chat or whatever, right? Because people just try to take your value, right? So what people do is like, when they reach a certain threshold here somewhere of follower and subscriber count, they convert everything pay to talk only. I'm trying not to do that, but I'm pretty sure it's inevitable. So like we were saying, I'm kind of one of those guys. I'm kind of one of those guys that just fucks around and finds out on his own. Like I'm not like doing research on like, is having a Discord community a good idea? Is streaming a good idea? Is I just plow forward and figure it out as I go, right? So for the Discord, $10 seems to be good. Now we've had 2 people today now waste my time that were in the $5 tier of chatters. So what is that telling me? Maybe I shouldn't allow chatting unless you've spent $10 or more. Maybe that $10 level is just what it is, man. Yeah, let me catch up here. Thanks so much for the 20, Bradley. Money. I mean, that goes like that for everything, though. If you go talk to like more plates, not talk. If you watch more plates, more dates, he doesn't even offer consulting anymore because he can't charge enough money, right? Eventually it's kind of weird, dude, because I don't perceive myself as like some crazy fucking genius tech tuber, right? I just perceive myself as just a dude that knows how to fucking make PCs work. I'm just really good at it. But I guess the value that I can provide people has reached a point now where I literally cannot talk to people for free anymore, because there is the cost that's happening right now isn't monetary, it's mental health, right? Like, I want to fucking kill myself when people do that shit. I can chat now. Hey, Jufus, can you fix all my problems? Like, what are you doing? Like, it's so fucking disrespectful. Like, holy shit. Hang on, let me get, like, why? No wonder this guy's like, you don't seem like yourself anymore, Jufus. No shit, dude. Look at the shit that I get. My God. World War, what's up, World War? Yeah, it's almost like question inflation, isn't it? Okay, I gotta take a mad piss, guys. Give me once. I cannot hold it. World War, thanks for the prime. Turbo Opa again with 30. Hang on, what's the long button here? Marv, give me one. I have to take a piss, guys. Okay. Sorry about that, boys. There's a 91. Oh, what am I doing? There's a 9100 Pro on the Newegg Shuffle right now. A 4 terabyte 9100 Pro for 350. Kinda want, kinda don't need. Kinda want though. Oh, I can answer that, Turbo. Yeah, man. Hang on, let me catch up here. Thanks again for the 20, Bradley. I really appreciate it, dude. Hang on, let me catch up on YouTube chat here, guys. I'm still boiling. I don't know why the AC isn't like kicking on here, man. Thanks for the help finding the 40-second crane. Oh yeah, dude, in Sweden, I got it. Yeah, dude, that was such a good deal. I am blown away at how fast that CPU is, dude. Legit. All right, I guess I'm doing double air conditioning. I have a 1050K. I don't want to upgrade to a new platform. Yeah, what's the best GPU upgrade? A 5070, a 5080. I haven't tested it, but that's kind of where I would put that one. I mean, to be fair, I think Rems is running a 5090 on that bitch, but yeah, I have 5080, I would say. And I guess depends on the resolution and the frame rate or the refresh rate of your monitor, right? Dude, oh my God, Bradley, dude, that shit drives me fucking insane, dude. Dude. The thing is, like, dude, Delta, I love Delta. He's like the nicest guy I've ever met. He's like the biggest sweetheart. Holy fuck, dude. I have never wanted to kill myself more in my life talking to that guy at the same time. Both things can be true. You can have the nicest person in the world, but my God, their ability to communicate can be really rough sometimes. I don't know why people can't just get to the point faster, dude. It's wild. So yeah, Turbo Opa, 10 gig. No, so the reason why I asked the ISP question in the first place, see, that's the thing. I mean, the reason why you guys all found my channel in the first place, trying to find good information on the internet in general is hella difficult, dude. So I'm getting my fiber installed tomorrow, right? Now I have different options of speeds for different price points and all that shit. So I think the highest one I can get is 5 gigabits, which shouldn't be a problem. But so what I've been reading online, which I don't know if true or not, is that the stock ISP routers, they're the modems that come with it, they actually can't saturate the speed because they don't have enough processing power. Now, this was long before I even, maybe even before I had, maybe Ty and Newman were here, maybe. But back in the day, when I tried to stream games, on an ISP's modem, I think I had 25 megabit a second upload, which is more than enough for Twitch. I was uploading 6 megabit to Twitch, right? Now, what was happening when I was uploading to Twitch and playing games at the same time was I was getting packet loss on the ISP's modem. And then that's when I bought an Asus router, like the GT AX 11000 or whatever the hell it was. And then I just put my ISP's modem in bridged mode, and then the processing power got offloaded to the router. My upload speed didn't change, but my packet loss completely went away. So I already know that there's something to that. So I know that when somebody says the ISP's modems can't actually handle the throughput that they're advertising. I've experienced that myself. This was 5 years ago, granted, but I have experienced it myself, right? So anyway, I went down this fucking rabbit hole of like, what the hell do you even do, right? And I found an ASRock motherboard that has a dual 10. So long story short, the guy that gave me that 7600X for that benchmark video, I'm just gonna use that and build my own NAS router box. And then just bridge mode. I just not worry about it. And it's just gonna be, my whole network is gonna be 10 gig. Just so I know that it works. Now I still kind of want to test it myself though, just to see. But you know, I got the 7600X for free. I got that ASRock motherboard for ASRock Rack AM5. I got this thing for 360 Canadian on Amazon Marketplace, or warehouse, I should say. Dual 10 gig, throw a 7600X in there. Done, right? No, but I need to build a NAS box anyway. I have a bunch of old hard drives that have all my data on them that I can't access, right? I have to build a NAS box anyway, so I might as well do this at the same time and run like pfSense or some shit. I don't know much about it. You know, World War, I'm kind of concerned about that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it'll be a problem, but it can't be slower than an ARM or like a quad core ARM on, like, it can't be slower than that. But don't jinx it though, dude. That would suck. I would be so upset if that was the case. But then again, I have researched people just buy those minis forums things. Minis forum dual 10 gigabits a second. They got these things, and they have them with Ryzen laptop CPUs. Those are fucking dog slow. This thing, I can still tune it and tighten the subtimings and stuff too if I wanted to, right? But if this thing doesn't lag on a laptop Ryzen, I think I'm okay, dude. Hang on, let me catch you up here. So I guess I gotta ban Chowhound. He just dipped, man. That's unfortunate. What's up, Ham Slice? I enjoyed your BD790X 3D review. Yeah, nobody else did, unfortunately. The more value you provide, the less views you get, unfortunately. Yeah, he just never replied. I guess he did. I guess he dipped. Sorry, Chowhound. Yeah, man, I just another one bites the dust. Guys, if here's the thing, I don't want to ban people without letting them know why they got banned, because then I'm not really doing the world justice in a certain way. So Chowhound knows very well why he got banned now, right? And if I was going to ban this dude on Twitch, this Shiba Melon guy, he would also have a very good understanding of why he got banned, right? And I think that is probably better in the long haul for everybody. Just even if these guys try to join other communities, they'll be on better behavior going forward, right? You'd fucking hope so anyway. Are you doing a cleanse? Why do you drink so much? Just my throat gets dry. It's a lot of talking, man. I don't know how people fucking talk on stream for more than like 4 or 5 hours. It's crazy, dude. Oh, it's a Gen 5 drive though. But yeah, what's the point of that? Tony, you can test that yourself, man. Those questions I don't like. So there's a difference between there's a difference. So this is another thing too that like that swiper guy from earlier on Twitch or on Kick. He's like, "Can I ask you questions about platform upgrades, blah blah blah?" Those are valuable. Those questions are him looking for answers on how to spend his money effectively and not waste his money, right? Tony's like, does 8 lanes hurt performance? You can 100% go and test that yourself in literally 10 minutes. So that's there's a fine line between just being lazy as shit and trying to be spoon-fed, and then there's a difference between not making a purchasing mistake, right? It's kind of the same thing as like, should I run rebar or hyper-threading? I must get those questions fucking 100 times a day, and people just go test it. It's one toggle. We have a one toggle rule. If it's one button equals no ask, right? Hang on, let me catch up here. I've always been a super loud talker, man. This is I'm actually talking in my inside voice right now. I think it must have been from all the clubbing that I did in my 20s, man. Because when the music is loud as you have to like, dude, and never mind all like the Excision concerts that I've been to and stuff. When you're trying to talk, like you can literally be like, the music is so loud that like I could be like this far away from the girl's ear and she still won't hear me unless you're literally screaming at the top of your fucking lungs. It's crazy, dude. I think that's probably why. But then again, you know, my dad used to do that shit all the time too. It was so, we used to always make fun of him for that shit when we were growing up because he would call it. It was so funny. It was, I think this is probably where I got it from. So my dad and my uncle are loud, and I guess they were born in the 60s, I think, right? The 50s, I'm not sure. And they came from like old country in Europe where they didn't have fucking phones, right? So they're in Canada and like the old like dial-up fucking phones and shit, and like when they would call each other, it would be like two full adult men screaming at the top of their lungs just because they're on the phone. So like me and my sisters would be downstairs like, why is dad fucking screaming? Like it's like you don't have, it's like, and here's the impressive thing about the whole thing. He was yelling so loud into the phone that like, how did the phone not peak? Like the clarity through the phone was just perfect, dude. That analog fucking conversion just did a good job. It was fucking insane. Then when cell phones came out, and dad and uncle would fucking call each other from like two different houses, you can literally hear them screaming at each. They could have just screamed and dropped the phone. That's how loud they were yelling, dude. Good times. I had a very interesting childhood. Hang on, let me catch you up here. Oh yeah, I picked up that case. The Raw S1. It was cheap. It was 120 US, free shipping. Now I don't know if the case is good or not. I think I think from what I researched, it had a horrible reviews. But for what I need, it's perfect because it fit. That motherboard that I was looking at is a really weird form factor. It's called a Deep ITX. ASRock AM5 Deep ITX. Where the whole, these are the ITX holes here, and the board extends by an extra like 2 inches. It's a really weird form factor. So me trying to find a case that I can use this in while also having hard drive compatibility, while also being able to run an external card on top, this fit the bill. It wasn't designed for it, but you can make it fit. Hang on, let me catch up here. I think I'm gonna go wall mounted too, to be honest, for my next case. I'm tired of these fucking towers, man. Or I'm gonna, or maybe what I'll do is get a dual PC desk, workstation on one, gaming PC on the other one. I don't want any more towers, man. I'm done with towers. A dual PC desk just makes a lot of sense to just save space. Hang on, let me catch up here. Oh, so Resist knows. Yeah, there you go. Have you used Intel N100? I don't even know what that is. Did you guys see that Intel released a new Core i5 i3? What the hell is this? Core i5 i300? No, what was it? It was it was a 6 core. No, it wasn't this. I literally just saw it on Twitter a second ago. 205? No. It was on a LGA 1700. It under the Intel sheet, it said Raptor Lake, not Bartlett Lake, too. So, like, they refreshed 14th gen again? But it was, what the hell was it? Core... No, it was a 6 core. It was a 6 core. Oh my god, now I don't know where the hell it is. It doesn't matter, but... I wonder what the goal of that was, though. I do struggle with that. I have not taken an IQ test, though. I don't think IQ tests make a lot of sense because you can just train for them. I do deal with a lot of bots IRL too, though. Like I was hanging out with some new people the other week, and I'm like, Core i5 one. I don't remember what it is, to be honest. No, that was not what it was. It doesn't matter, whatever. No, and then I was like, what do you guys like hang out with other people? They're like, yeah, like, what do you guys talk about? They're like, I don't know, just what's on TV that week. Like, there's gotta be more to it, man. There's gotta be, just fuck me. There's gotta be more to it. I just, you can't just hang out and, like, if it was like Game of Thrones or something epic, okay, I could get behind that, right? But like, talking about the Kardashians, there's gotta be more to it, man. That's probably also why I put so much effort into the Discord too, because if I have a problem meeting non-bots IRL, I'm sure everybody else in the Discord has those problems too. And it's probably just nice knowing that you have somewhere where you can talk to people that aren't fucking retarded. And probably, you know what, just in general. And people that are filtered for their retardation as well, right? Hang on, let me catch up here. Thanks so much, Average Dad, my man. Good message. Thank you. That's not why people pay $500 for a consult, man. Dude, people's PCs just don't work. The consult that I had yesterday was a 9800X3D 5090 system. Just this guy on Twitch just now. He's like, what game was he talking about? Star Wars Outlaws crashes after 30 minutes. 9800X3D. People's PCs don't work, man. Nothing. It has nothing to do with like the COD bro thinking that he can compete with 10 more FPS. It kind of started off that way, and now it's just like very high level tech support. People's PCs just don't work. So this guy, this Shiba dude, dropped like $6,000 on a PC for it to not work. That sucks. So what's another 500 to make sure that your shit works, right? And works properly? Hang on, let me catch up here. Blood Pearl, I have cameras too. I haven't installed them yet though. That was kind of on the plan for this summer, and I fucking didn't get it. But I'm gonna eventually put cameras up as well. Windows 11 and SSD problems. No idea. What problems? What's up, Andrew, my man? Was it the Core Ultra? I think that's what it was. That sounds familiar. Core Ultra 3 205? No, that's not it. No. God, you guys are failing me so bad right now. Ah. I just saw it like right before I started the stream too. It was a 6-core Raptor Lake CPU. And it made no sense. It wasn't Arrow Lake. It wasn't Bartlett Lake. It was called Core i5. Under a weird new name. Hang on, let me catch up here. Is it better to buy B-Die for €250 now? No, I don't think so. You can buy A-Die and a motherboard for that much money, dude. A-Die is cheap. I would not buy B-Die now. It's too late. Oh, yeah, Ty had got it. Yeah, there you go. It's nice when people have fucking common sense, isn't it? God, there's too many damn chats going on here. Core i5 110? Is that what it is? Thank you, Syndicator. Oh my God. Thank you, dude. This is what it was. Yes. And I remember the formerly Comet Lake. And I remember the naming was so weird, dude. Cache 12 megs. What's the 14600K? What's the cache on this one? 24. Yeah, that's weird. Why the hell would you buy this when you can get a 14600K for less? What was this? What is the goal here? This is what I'm talking about. Intel Core Series 1. Oh, they got a bunch of shit here. 24 megs. Intel Core 7 160 HL. What is this? Raptor Lake embedded. Yeah, this is weird. So it's not a laptop chip, but it's like it's for some kind of like OEM, maybe like for like medical devices or something like that. Hopefully Bartlett Lake does come out, man. Hopefully. Hang on, let me catch up here. Sure, yeah. Luckily you never had a PC that you couldn't fix. Man, like the other thing about the self-dialogue thing that we were talking about earlier is a lot of people can't put themselves in the other person's shoes. We're talking about guys that like they have to hire, not have to. They're like, I'm trying to word this in a way that doesn't sound derogatory, right? But like they hire people to like install their TVs for them. Dude, does that make like imagine grandma. Like do you expect grandma to put together a $6,000 PC and have it work? Of course not. Doesn't make any sense. She wouldn't know how to orient the fans. She wouldn't know how to orient. She wouldn't know that the HDMI plug has to be plugged into the GPU, not the motherboard. Do you know what I'm saying? Like this is not like you have to take a step out of the hardware enthusiast shoes, and you have to put those shoes in the mindset of somebody that's like a lawyer that has a lot of money that just wants to come home and unwind, and he spent like 10 grand on a PC and it doesn't fucking work. You know what I'm saying? Those people are my customers. They just want to play their games, right? Sure, but what's the goal in saying it's not for you? You could have just not said that, and the truth would have been the same at the end. So you did the exact same thing that Chowhound did earlier, where for some reason the $500 thing, you had to like make a comment on it for some reason. You did the exact same thing. So what was the goal? Why are people like that? Hang on, let me catch up here. That consult really bothers people, man. That's why I was talking to Danny Z about it. Like the other day, here's the craziest thing about it, dude. You know what I think it is? I think it's because people people, I think it's a visual thing where I think people can see that it's a $500 consult, but they don't see how much sponsorship deals are. So the other day, I was a monitor manufacturer emailed me, and they were willing to pay $2,000 for a 60-second fucking, this video was brought to you by this monitor, go pick it up now. $2,000 for 60 seconds of work. So here's what people don't really but you never see that part of it though. I think that's what the crux of the problem is. You know, I might just end up doing the sponsorship thing in the end anyway. Yeah, but you could have said $500 is a good deal to have it work properly. But you added that first part in first where you're like, even though I think it's stupid, like you wanted to make yourself seem greater than for some reason. What was the goal in the first part of that sentence? If you remove that part of the sentence, it would have still been the exact same. Right? Even though I think it's stupid. Okay. No, I didn't take the deal. No. So it's like, I don't do sponsorship videos. And I was like, if you want to send me the monitor as a sample, and I forwarded them the sample policies page. They're like, we're not going to send you the monitor unless we guarantee a video. I'm like, well then fuck it. Like, what are we doing here? I can't do it without testing it first, right? Because I thought it was for COD bros. So why does that matter? Are COD bros less than? So you think another human is less than you? Right? No, see, inner monologue, my man, inner monologue. You did the same thing as Chowhound. I'm not going to ban you, though, because you gifted 5 subs. But you typed it in, you burned the calories to do it, and there was no goal to that sentence other than to make yourself seem superior because you don't need to pay for it. That's weird, dude. That's what I'm saying. It's fucking weird. So now you're the 3rd guy this stream that fucking did some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no like instead of talking, go back and read your message and ask yourself, why did I send that first part of the sentence? And really ponder on that for a second. You might actually grow as like a person. Like, hey, well, yeah, there's not really. Why do I want to feel superior to a COD bro that has to pay $500? Why does that make me feel good about myself? That's what you should be asking, right? But so sponsorships, consults, I suggest you just stop talking, man. Just please. I'm tired of this, man. Tired. Maybe instead of trying to actually reason with people, I'll just, if you mention the consult in a snidey way, any way, shape, or form in the future, I'll just fucking ban you. Because why am I burning calories trying to teach you a lesson? I can just get rid of you, right? For being a piece of shit. Just go and reflect, man. Less arguing, more reflecting, right? So sponsorships, you don't see how much they profit. Consults, it's right in your face. Right? So this one is, I suppose that this one is an easier target for people to target online. And I guess it's much more, clearly, because we had 2 fucking people talk about it. But I guess this one is much more offensive to people. But to put it into context, 60-second monitor reel equals $2,000. Consult. How long did that consult take me the other day? 500. 4 hours? 4 hours? was a complicated one, to be fair. That was kind of this was a rough one, but it was like 4 divided by 4. So 125 an hour. Yeah. An hour. What the hell? Right? And so here's the thing too, though. $2,000 for 60 seconds of work and a free monitor. So it's actually like 25, because the monitors were about 500, 600 bucks US. So it's actually like $2,600 for 60 seconds of work. So I could have gotten paid $2,000 to just sell shit out to my audience without testing it. Why? So I guess my confusion always came from the fact of why isn't this being like glorified more in the hardware space? Why is this isn't this one much more vile to the consumer and much more like, well, you tell me. I mean, hey, okay, if people prefer this one, I'm all for it, dude. If we want to go down that road, what am I doing? What the hell? Why am I doing this? Do you know what I'm saying? You guys tell me. Why is this one it's because they don't see the 2000. Now, here's the other thing. This $2,000 is what I'm worth at my size and my view count. What if it was like Hardware Unboxed or GN? Add a 0 onto that, man. I don't know. I'm assuming, right? Because they have 10 times the views, 10 times the cost. Now, why would a brand manufacturer pay me $2,000 to do a monitor video? Would they make that back in sales? Yes. To the nth degree. Yes. Absolutely they would. Now, the BD790 samples are a bit different because you don't have to apologize, man. It's all good. I wanted you to just to reflect on what's the goal, right? But I appreciate that, though. So the BD790i video, or I should say samples, are different because in that video I had 2 columns of neutral and negatives. In this, you're not allowed to have those columns. That's the difference. So Mini's forum sent me that board knowing that I can say whatever the fuck I want about it and I can have a negative. There's a lot of negatives to that thing, right? You know what I'm saying? Well, no. So if you go to like Danny Z's channel, why the hell? Because he told you straight up last week. Why would I have a Discord and have to filter humans for $5 a month? Why would I do consults? Why would I stream just to get questions on should I turn off hyper-threading or does 8 lanes? Oh, there's the alarm. Gotta take my cat to the vet. Why would I do all that when I can just do this? Why do you think every single tech tuber does this? You'd be out of your mind and I'm out of my mind to not do that. I built my brand on not doing this, though. That's the thing. That's what I'm known for, right? Hang on, let me catch up here. Oh yeah, she's fine. She goes to the vet every month or every 5 to 6 weeks to get her anal glands checked out. Just because I don't want to stick my finger in her butt. But one of her anal glands exploded 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago. That was a hard time, man. And now I just take her to the vet every 5 weeks. It costs $50 Canadian. It takes them 5 minutes. They bring her to the back. They fucking give her a prostate exam. She's good. She's good. Yeah, it's just routine. I don't watch a graphically challenged. Is that guy still around? I don't even know. Or just doing what he needs to get by. I don't even know what you mean, man. What I will say is, a lot of you, yes, please, if you have dogs or cats, please go get their anal glands checked out. It's $50. Dude, the surgery costed me like $3,000. And it was like a week of hell because they had to drain it and they had to leave the wound open. I had to like trap her in my bedroom and like tackle my fucking cat and like wipe her butt to make sure that the ooze got out and stuff. It was one of the worst experiences, but I would do anything for that cat, right? Please, if you have a pet, just go to a vet and get their anal glands checked out. Apparently it's worse for dogs, but if you have a cat, just please go take care of your animal. I was ignorant. I didn't know that was a thing until she was literally in pain for like 2 weeks with a cone. No, it's just, I don't even know what happens there, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know the exact reason of you know what I'm saying? Just, there's no harm in paying the $40 and getting the anal glands checked. Dogs and cats. Just go do it. Please, for your fur baby's sake. It broke my heart seeing that me not knowing about the anal gland thing caused my cat to be in pain. I don't like that shit. So now I just blood tests, fucking anal glands, just take my money, make sure my cat is healthy, right? Hang on, let me catch you up here. Oh, I got to get pissed. But the alarm went off, though, guys, so I really got to get going here and take her to the vet. Can you elaborate more on why you don't care about VID tables? Why would I care? What's the goal in caring about VID tables? That's kind of part of it for me, Joey, is so back to the story of my buddy that bought Zen 2 on Blackout 4. What if I was the guy that told him to buy Zen 2 because I was sponsored to? And the guy worked for 2 months of wages to afford that fucking PC for it to not work. Maybe you just, to be fair, look at how much just today alone in this stream, look at how all these people that are wasting my time don't feel guilty about it. Maybe I shouldn't feel guilty about scamming people too. Maybe that's why all the tech tubers just do that shit. Maybe it's this entire fucking planet of every man for himself. If you get scammed from a sponsorship, it sounds like a you problem. That's kind of what Linus says. He's like, hey man, I'm going to do my sponsored video if you don't do your research. He's open about that shit. He doesn't give a fuck. Sounds like a you problem, right? I'm trying not to be that guy though. Can give normies a range of voltage to play with. Why would I care about it? Hang on, let me catch up here on YouTube and then we're almost done. Do you use CU DIMMs? Is it worth it? No, because not in my workstation. Is it worth it? Depends. Depends on the motherboard that you have and the goal. Not really. Not if you already have a die. Right, but my point is, why do I get hate for this one? And why do tech tubers not get hate for this one? That baffles me, dude. Because if I see this, I'm like, I don't trust this guy. And yet this one is the one where it's like, this guy is untrustworthy. It's kind of weird, right? Anyway, guys, I really got to get going here, though. The cat appointment is upon me. Turbo, thanks for the 30 gifted. Mixie T, thanks for the 5 gifted. And Bradley, thanks for the 20 earlier. And I think that's everybody. Take care of your fur babies, man. They're family. They're not like these people that are like, the COD bro is lesser than me. I don't think of animals as lesser than me either, man. No. Anyway, guys, yeah, I'll see you on Saturday, the last stream before I leave for Japan. But that one will be nice and long. I'm not in a time constraint on that one. But yeah, I'll see you guys on Saturday, though. Okay. Everyone enjoy the rest of your Thursday and Friday. Okay. Talk to you later.